Just try it. Not that though. Jesus. Hey, hi guys. Oh, Bobby B here. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about some things. You know, you hear a lot about stuff. I know that we all have. Hold on, forgive me for this. I just had a couple encounters not too long ago. Some guys, heard that I was hoarding food and stuff, and things are already a little crazy out there on the streets. Do you hear about the people rioting at the eve of the G20 summit meetings over there in UK? One guy broke a window. I noticed. Oh, it was kind of goofy though. There was like 20 photographers around taking a snapshot of one guy breaking a window. It seems like a little bit of a setup. I'm not buying. The whole media is goofy. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everybody over there breaking windows is just probably part of the Illuminati. They probably, oh, let's go over there and we'll make it look like a riot. Most of the people are very peaceful. They're with their little kids and singing and oh, kumbaya, having a good time. Be very peaceful, and then you got the bastards. Oh, let's go send they take a van load of these guys, and they seed him into these protests. Okay, now go over there and kick some ass. Get things really going. And that what happens then is see, then they take pictures of, oh, look at these little sheeples rioting now. Oh, they're very bad little peoples. Don't listen to them. They're evil. You stay in your house and don't do what these people do. They get out in the streets and destroy public properties. But meanwhile, that's not really the story. I mean, that's just crap. I mean, Jesus. I don't know what to tell you. The world is so goofy. I mean, what you just don't believe what you see, and very little of what you hear. And that includes the stuff you see on YouTube too. There's a lot of good information on YouTube. Matter of fact, I believe YouTube is probably the place where you can get some of the best information. But you do have to sift through it. I mean, that's why I try to bring a little levity to the world, and yeah, I have to protect myself, and but anyway, I had this shotgun. Some guys heard that I guess from my last video, because they heard I went to the Costco and I had such massive amounts of stockpiling, hoarding the foods. They thought, well, hell, shit, let's go to that guy Bobby B's place and take him out, And well, they got another thing coming. I took 3 of them out this morning to the garbage, and of course, Grandma slept through the whole thing. She sleeps. She makes so much noise with her snoring, she can't hear what's going on. But these guys tried to come in, and they don't know who they're dealing with. I mean, I am one hot little shot with this baby, and I've got the silver slugs now. I use my silver that I buy, and of course I didn't need them for these guys. They were not Illuminati. They were just your regular little street thugs, But I took them out, and I don't have to worry about their little bitches anymore. But anyway, bottom line is, I wanted to talk about the hat, the whole thing about the 9/11, whether that was a false flag terrorist event, terrorism. I hate that. That word is so dumb. I mean, have you ever had look at the society? We're in a war on terror. Oh, I don't even understand that. How could you be in a war with a word? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I guess they ran out of countries to fight with, so they figured, well, we'll have wars on words now. A war on words. Well, that's really what this whole thing is, isn't it? Isn't it? It's an info war. I think the revolution is going to be a revolution of knowledge. It's going to be a revolution of understanding. It's going to be a revolution of ideas. This whole paradigm is falling apart that we currently have, and they're just trying to cling to it, with all these things that they're doing now with the economy and everything. And it's I don't know what they're trying to accomplish, but besides, of course, ruling the world. But they've got to be smart to see it. It's systemic in nature. The whole thing is broke. They're not going to be able to fix it, so they just keep clinging. I guess it's like that when you're addicted to drug. In their sense, their drug is, of course, power. Oh, they want power of everything in the world. So anyway, sometimes I get a little bit like that too. But I just break out there. I should shine the shotgun, and I kind of calm down. But anyway, those bastards that came to the house today, I took them out in a hot beat and put them out in the dump, out in the front for the garbage guy to pick up on Thursday. So anyway, they're not going to be a problem anymore. But the whole concept with 9/11, I mean, if you really think about it, I mean, what's the likelihood that some guys that from a cave trained to fly aircraft took them over, flew them into buildings, and escaped our radars and escaped our our interceptors from the Air Force and did all this stuff. They were just so ingenious and magnificent. What's the likelihood that that's the true story? I mean, I'm no expert, of course, on demolitions or bombs or any of that stuff, but I've seen enough. Casinos go down in Vegas to know that when you blow those things up and they fall perfectly down like that, hey, that's demolition. I mean, come on. I mean, you see the videos, they go poop, 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 and they fall to the ground, and it's all beautiful and staged, and it's just a wonderful thing. But I'm personally not buying it. Of course, I have the big picture. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of these people that have this little narrow view of reality, and I have to live. I have a little belief system, and I have to think that way. No, hey, you know what? If my belief system doesn't work one day, throw it in the garbage. Give me some other information. Hey, whatever works. I'm not stuck in one little tunnel vision. I mean, I want to know the truth. I'm a truther. We talk about some of that on YouTube. These truthers that are coming out. But that's me. I want to know it all. I just want to know what the reality is. I don't want the bull crap. So hey, I'm with the 9/11 truthers. It looks like after all the other crap they've done. I mean, Pearl Harbor, all the wars. I mean, we backed Hitler, of course. I mean, it's insane what they do. So wow. Well, yeah, I mean, it's crazy, but it's just these guys. They got nothing to bet. Rothschild sits over there in his house across the street and watches the show. One big crazy. I don't know. It's just insane. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I agree. I think 9/11 is very, very much probably just a false flag terrorist attack, I'm concerned they might try that crap again. So hold on. Bastards. You know, when people get hungry, they get desperate, and that's the kind of that guy just tried to come into the room again. Thank God Mom's not here. Of course, it looked kind of like one of her friends she picked up at the strip joint. I don't know. Hey, but anyway, that's kind of my take on the 9/11. I think there's plenty of information. Again, I could put links over here, there, whatever, and you could look at all that stuff. But the reality is, you can YouTube it and find all the information you want. I'm not going to point you in one direction or the other. That's not my job. My job is just to, share with you what I've learned, and you can, got to go out there. You have to go out there and come up with your own ideas, your own opinions. That's what I do. And I'm just here to, pull all that knowledge into this cranial mass right here, and then what I do is I shoot it like my shotgun out to you. You know what I'm saying? You YouTubers, that's what Bobby B does. I love you guys. I gotta go now, but Grandma's coming home from the doctor. She had to have some kind of a job done on her. I can't say it right now. It's not polite, but anyway, she's coming back. I gotta go see what she's doing. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow.